if we see the exact meaning of taqwa, of course, nothing other than Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, who has, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, who has defined the meaning of taqwa in Nahjul Balagha. But before that, if you look the concept of Islam, and if you look the principle of Tawheed contained in the dictum La ilaha illallah, there are two parts in La ilaha illallah. The first part is the negation, and the second part is acceptance. So first we have unbelief towards kufr, towards ilhad, infidelity, and then we accept the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When it works both together, then we can say our iman has been completed. But if there is no negation, only acceptance, then of course that iman is not, that faith is not a complete faith. So that is why when you recite the Ayatul Kursi, this verse says, La ikraha fid din qad tabayyana ar-rushdu min al-ghayy faman yakfur bit-taghut wa yu'min billahi faqad istamsaka bil-urwati al-uthqa lan fisama laha wallahu as-sami'ul alim. So in this verse, if you see, there is no compulsion in religion, la ikraha fid din, and truly the right way has become clearly distinct from the wrong path, and therefore whoever disbelieve in shaitan, this is very important. So whosoever disbelieve in shaitan and believes in Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, then what would happen? Then he will have a strong bonding. Then ayah says that وَيُؤْمِن بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ اسْتَمْسَكَ بِالْأُرْوَةِ الْأُثْقَى. So what is urwat al-usqa? That is the rope of Allah that can hold us. Otherwise, without denying the kufr and ilhad, the false, God and false things, ideologies, we cannot accept the true one. And this is very important, at least in our today's life, where there are so many ideologies we have in our society. There are so many concepts and thought, be it in religion or without religion. We have so many challenges, our youth, and every day we're facing different thoughts and different ideologies amongst us and outside. So this is very important, that how we recognize which way is the right path. Because without recognition, if anyone thinks that he or she can find the true path, the Salatul mustaqim, it is not an easy task. So we should be very, very conscious and very, very, alarming that we should not live our life like oblivious, like heedless people. And now, okay, the way we are living is just enough. No, we have to have a distinct way. We should think, we have to give importance in our life. We have to give importance, towards our surrounding, what is going on, what is happening, what our children, they are learning in their school, in their universities, in their colleges, how they are facing the challenges of today's, this new era's, new world order. We are in new world order. As many thinkers, they have given that now we are having new world order. What was the new world order? It is totally political, social, and you can say economical. And alhamdulillah, we are living in such an era where we have seen all these stages. The new world order in the Middle East. It is not my statement. One of the foreign minister of United States, she said that we are going to take decision that how Middle East should be. It is our job. And that is why there was so big conflict for many years. And then lastly, not 100%, but at least up to a certain level, this issue has been sorted out, or you can say not that much serious right now, because these people now they are busy in something else. Their attraction is now some other places, like today is China, and then you can say or Russia. These two attractions. So that's why this area is a little bit silent. Otherwise, you see that economically, of course, we have seen the economical failure in New World Order. And ideologically, okay, of course, we are facing everyday bombardment of the questions and our thoughts, in all places, even in our offices, in our school and colleges, which faith is the true faith. So if we have not understood that we are riding a bike, like a motorbike, which has two wheels. So if we want to have a nice ride, of course, both wheels should be in order. Otherwise, if one of them are like got punctured, then we cannot ride that bike. Islam says, as long as you are going to accept God, but before you have to take out whatever love and affection you have in your heart towards these worldly things, you remove that and then you accept the presence of God, because it is not possible. Look, sometimes we have choice, like this is one choice and that is another, and in between something. Like business, okay, either you can be a topmost businessman, or you can be a middle level businessman, or a very low level businessman. But is it possible a person can be a mu'min, or can be somehow not mu'min, not kafir, and can be a kafir? No, straightforward. Either kafir or mu'min. Oh, there are only two ways. People are either believer or disbeliever. There is no way in between. So we have to accept. And then if you look, Imam Ali Islam, how he is connecting. So he says that taqwa is the key of guidance. Why? Because taqwa gives this power to us to have understanding, to know how to recognize false and true. So Imam says that the provision, taqwa is the provision for hereafter and the freedom for every kind of slavery. Freedom for every kind of slavery. And that is why we have this much, emphasized, Islam has emphasized that we should have taqwa. Why? Because taqwa brings freedom, the true freedom, not the freedom which today we are hearing every day in our society. That freedom is a kind of addiction, not a freedom. So freedom where deliverance from every form of destruction. That is, when a mu'min, a believer, he has or she has 100% true belief in God, then none can distract him or her. None can, shake them. None can distract them and, misguide them. Why? Because for him, the path is very clear. And that is why we have seen in Islamic history or human history, those people, they were following the true path. They were never ever distracted. If you see the history of Pluto, Aflatun, and his time, the philosopher, and Aristotle. So when he was supposed to be given Socrates, when he was sentenced to death, Aflatun was his student. But Aflatun, like Pluto, was the son of a minister, king. So he said to Socrates, no, I can release you from the prison and you can go anywhere. In the night, I have people, authorities, influence, because I am the son of the king, or you can say minister. But Socrates said, no, I will never ever accept such death of, you can say, indignified death. And what Imam Hussain alayhi salam has said, hayhat min dhilla, So the death is better than the life which has no respect. So sometimes death brings higher level in our life. Not only, sometimes our lives are going in a way which all people, they say, why this man is walking on this earth? Which Muslim, if he has true sense of Muslim, can see people like Ariel Sharon is walking on the earth? We always say curse upon them. Why? Because such creatures should not walk on the earth. They have no right, for example. We curse them. Which Muslim can say we has desire to have such an emperor like in the Khalifa of Bahrain, who is killing innocent people? Or the people of authorities in Saudi Arabia, they are killing innocent Yemenis. So, but there are so many people we wish to live a long life. We always pray without they have asked you. No. Ayatollah Sistani comes and asks you, you pray for me? No, but we pray. May Allah give him long life. Ayatollah Khamenei, he has asked you, oh people, you pray for me for my long life? No. Because we know the importance of such people. So we wish they could live their life in this dunya as much as possible. So this is the reason that sometimes some people's life are burden on us. And sometimes some people's death brings a new life to us. Imam Hussain has did the same thing. By his death, by his martyrdom, he brought a new life for humanity. But with the life of Yazid, everybody was suffocating. Everybody was feeling a kind of suffocation in that. And everybody was cursing him. And that is why. So if our life is going on a right path, then of course we are having taqwa. Imam alayhi salam, when he speaks relation about taqwa, like a protection, so he says that turn your sleep into wakefulness by the means of taqwa and send your days in its company. This is taqwa. We should be very, very alert and conscious, because this world is very cruel. It's not going to forgive anybody. If you are not alert, this world is very cruel. This is the, laws of nature are very, very, you can say, to the point. For example, if you compare laws of nature and laws of God. For example, due to any reason, a person has not prayed his namaz, Salatul Fajr, on time. Okay? He has prayed his Fajr Salat Qaza. Or he has prayed his Fajr Salah 1 hour after the right time, exact Fadilat time. What would happen? Will he get diabetes? Will he get stroke? Nothing. Allah, if we ask forgiveness, Allah will forgive us. But imagine the laws of nature. There is no forgiveness. If we are not alert towards our body and we are intaking more fat or glycerine or glucose and sugar, then of course our life will be miserable. Because the law of nature has no forgiveness. It's very cruel. So this universe is very, very different. If you are not alert, your thought, your ideologies will be affected. Don't think that everything will be settled down. No, nothing will be settled down if we are not conscious, if we are not alert. Because the laws of nature is always true, like mathematics. 2 + 2. There is no exception, there is no relax. So in the laws of nature, there is no relax. There is no exception. But the laws of God, in Sharia of Islam, there are so many exceptions. You cannot fast, no problem, don't fast. In the month of Ramadan, you have no money, no need to go to Hajj. You have no power to pray namaz while standing, sit down. You cannot sit down, lie down. You cannot pray, lie down, okay, pray with your signs. Everywhere relaxation. There is no, la ikraha fid din, there is no compulsion in religion. But the nature of nature, the laws of nature has no exception. If you are going wrong path, you will see the consequences. Nature will never forgive us. So this is the message, that if really we want to have taqwa, we should be conscious towards the duties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and towards us also. May Allah tabarak wa ta'ala give us tawfiq and this opportunity to understand the real meaning of the religion and to follow. And may Allah forgive all of us, and may Allah accept our amal, our deeds, and may Allah hasten the reappearance of Imam of our time, Hujjat ibn al-Hassan, ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shaniyaka huwa al-abtar. Sadaqallahu al-aliyyul azim. Allahumma salli Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Muhammad wa Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina wa nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa anna Muhammadan 'abduhu wa rasuluhu arsalahu bil huda wa dinil haqq liyudhhirahu 'ala ad-din kullih walau karihal mushrikun. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala abdika wa rasulik sayyidil mursalin khatimin nabiyyin abil qasim al mustafa Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ala ali amiril mu'minin wa ala Fatimah az-Zahra sayyidat nisa'il alamin wa ala al-Hassan wal Hussain sayyiday shababi ahlil jannah wa ala a'immatil muslimin Ali ibn al-Hussain wa Muhammad ibn Ali wa Jafar ibn Muhammad wa Musa ibn Jafar wa Ali ibn Musa wa Muhammad ibn Ali wa Ali ibn Muhammad wal Hassan ibn Ali wal Hujjat ibn al-Hassan ajjalallahu ta'ala farajak. Allahumma aftah lahu fathan yasira wansurhu nasran adida. Usikum ya ibadallah bitaqwallah wa nafsi. Once again, I would like to command first of all myself and then you members of the community that we should have taqwa. That is the best thing for a believer, for a person who wants to live his life with the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his life. In our second khutbah, I would like to discuss a little bit about Arba'in of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam. And I want to attract your attention, just if you look, the mystery, the Rad, we say, mystery of the actions of our Masumin alayhim salam, you will realize that how their planning was how deep and accurate. There is a hadith that alamatul mu'min khams. There are 5 signs for the believer. Salatul ihda wa khamsin, 51 rakas namaz, 17 plus 34 mustahabbat and 17 wajib. Wa ziyaratul arba'in. A second sign is ziyaratul arba'in. Wa takhattum bil yamin. In right hand there is a ring of aqiq or sir. وَتَعْفِيرُ الْجَبِينَ. And then we put our forehead on this clay. وَجَهْرُ بِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ. And we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim loudly in our salat. In Zuhr salat and Asr. That's why we Shia people, we say loudly Bismillah. Because other part of the surah we recite silently. Now, just only one point I want to mention here. If you go in history, you see Imam Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. He brought the capital city of Islamic nation at that time from Medina to Kufa. Kufa was a very, very small city at that time, because Kufa was established in 17th century at the time of second Khalifa. Okay, most of the Kufans were either soldiers, because that was a cantonment area, a military, garrison. And another way you can see most of the Iranian people were there. Because at that moment, up to the first, second, and third caliph, there was so much feeling between Iran and Ajam and Arab and Ajam. So they didn't want that Iranians should come in Medina and Mecca and say they will affect their language Arabic. So there was a very open discrimination with Iranian people. There was open discrimination at that time. When Amir al-Mu'minin he came in the power, so he started giving values and their scholarship and their like from the money from the treasure equal, Iranian Arab equal. So most of the Iranian they were around Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam. Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam, he brought Kufa, he established Kufa as a capital city. But that time historians they wrote this reason, that because Kufa was at least closer to Damascus than Medina. So it was easy for Amir al-Mu'minin to watch Muawiyah. He could attack any time because he was a rebellion, and he did not accept the Amir al-Mu'minin's command to disappoint. Amir al-Mu'minin has disappointed Muawiyah when he became caliph, fourth caliph. But Muawiyah did not accept. He remained in his position. Now you see this you have in your mind, okay? This thing. Why Imam Ali alayhi salam brought Kufa as a capital city. He established. Today, if you see, or all the riwayat, you see traditions, when we talk about the reappearance of Imam Zamana, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Faraju Sharif, you will see Najaf and Madi and Makkah, they have same position. Whenever you talk at the time on reappearance of Imam, you will see Masjid al-Sahla or Masjid al-Kufa. And then you jump to Kaaba. Imam is sitting, lean on the wall of Kaaba. But again, Imam will establish Kufa as his capital city. So both cities are important. Okay, this is clear. 2 points. Third point. Hajj. The philosophy of Hajj is to at least, the philosophy of Friday prayer is what? At least once a week, we Muslims, we sit together, we talk, we discuss about our community, about issues, who has good business, who has bad, who has loss, who has profit. So at least we can make a good, better society to understand people, each other, your problems whatsoever. At least we see faces of mu'mineen. Seeing faces of mu'mineen is ibadah. Is ibadah in the light of tradition. So at least once a week we know each other. This is the very least philosophy of Jumma namaz, Salatul. What is the highest philosophy of Hajj? So once a year, whole people around the globe, they gather together in one place and discuss their issues. But believe me, since Al Saud, they came in power, now day by day, we are not allowed to literally, please pay attention, we are not allowed to 2 minutes talk to two people in one place. Soon Mutawwa comes, Ya Haji, Tariq, Haji, Tariq. You are not supposed to stand in one place for 2 or 3 minutes. It means what? You are not supposed to exchange your views. You are not supposed to, have your ideas, sharing nothing. So what was the philosophy of Hajj? To just circumambulate the Kaaba, to run. Baba, they don't know how to say talbiyah. They are going to do Rami Jamarat and they are saying Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. This is the position, Muslims. You are going to throw stones to shaitan and you are saying Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. Baba, Labbaik you saw when you see the wall of Kaaba, then you stop talbiyah. But they say talbiyah while they are going to do Rami Jamarat. Okay? So this is the position of Muslims. Now, what is Islam has no blind alley. Islam, especially Shia, is Shia faith. Always they have given us another second option. And that is why we have in Riwayat that too much appreciated that you visit in Arba'in. Now you see Arba'in, what is happening. Arba'in has replaced, I'm not saying, don't twist my words, but that I'm going to tell you that Arba'in has taken the position of Hajj. No. But Arba'in is playing the same role and same philosophy what was supposed to have from Hajj. So Arba'in is a second option, and that's why we say salute and salam to all. Peace be upon Abu Abdullah alayhi salam, your plan and your strategy. Now Muslims, they don't have any blind that there is no way. Where should we meet? MashaAllah, 20 million people, they are gathering in one place, and Saudis people, they have stopped, we can do there. This is the philosophy of Arba'in. That's why it has been said before the Shahadat of Imam Hussain that you visit. And Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari, one prominent companion of Rasulullah, he came first. Why? Because, up to 3 years after the Shahada of Imam Hussain Islam, the situation was not favorable for Ahlul Bayt. But he was the first person, he said, I'm going to break this law. I'm going to visit the grave, the holy grave of Imam Hussain Islam, in order to give message to people. I don't care. If you want to kill me, kill. But I have to visit the grave of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And this started flow of people, and they now, mashallah, we have reached to this number which has never been seen in human history, where people are gathering in such small place, millions of people. So this is the, you can say, long-term plan and strategy of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam and Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And that's why we are proud that we are the follower of 12 Imam alayhi salam and 14th Masum. May Allah tabarak wa ta'ala give us opportunity and tawfiq. We really follow our Aimma alayhi salam in real sense, and we understand the meaning and the value of Ayyam, of these days of mourning, Muharram and Safar. That's why Imam Khomeini rahmatullah alayhi said, whatever we have is from Muharram and Safar. Harche darim as Muharram and Safar. What was the great thought of this great man? And that's why when great people, they have done something great, their plan and strategies will be clear after eras and centuries. Still people, they have not understood the barakah, the blessings of the revolution of Islamic Republic of Iran. Let days pass, centuries pass, then we will understand what Imam Khomeini has done in this place. And I don't have time, otherwise if you see this ayah, what does this mean? In Suratul Ma'idah, there is ayah number 54. I have opened this, but this gone messed. So Suratul Ma'idah is recite Salawat, please. Yeah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu man yartadda minkum an dinihi fasawfa ya'ti Allahu biqaumin yuhibbuhum wa yuhibbunahu. So, O people who believe, whoever from among you turns back from his religion, then Allah will bring a people, He shall love them and they shall love them. When this ayah revealed, people, they ask, Ya Rasulullah, who is this people? Salman Farsi was one of the narration. There are so many narrations related to this ayah. But one narration says, from 6th Imam and 5th Imam alayhi salam, that Salman Farsi was sitting next to Imam and he put his hand on his shoulders, his people. Another riwayat from Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam has said in this ayah that, O people, you brought this nation, Ajam people, in Islam, and they will come at the last era of the time, they will bring you in Islam. Now today you look this people, what they are doing, the kingdom monarchy, what religion they are following, what religion we have in Middle East, these emperor they have. So this is the sign. May Allah give us power of understanding the meaning of our fuqaha and maraji, their sayings, meanings of their sayings, what they are trying and to teach us and to guide us. May Allah Ta'ala hasten the reappearance of Imam of our time, and may Allah accept our amal and our deeds. May Allah forgive all marhumins of our family and your families, and especially those they have given their life in the way of Islam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Sadaqallahu al-aliyyul azim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum.